Had such a great ball club. I mean, just some severe talent. And fortunate I got to play with so many of my heroes. I mean, I used to pretend like I was Tom Seaver in the backyard in 1985 when I got to Major Leagues. My first game, Tom Seaver was there. And he was playing with the Red Sox. And he was a great player with the Mets, but he was an idol growing up. I played in a great era of baseball.
Yeah,
I really did. You know, it was a great time in baseball with all the baseball cards being such a huge thing, steroids being such a huge thing, guys breaking records like crazy. And that's one of the things that I never did. I never did the steroids. I can honestly say there's been times I regretted it because I see there was no consequences, but those guys were able to achieve some things that I think I could have easily achieved if I was willing to cheat, and I just wasn't willing to cheat.
There's a lot to be said for that, because I think what everybody that I've talked to that's been somewhat of a professional always wants more than the short bag is a legacy. And what you've done by not doing that is preserve your legacy of being an honest, hardworking athlete, and we have the utmost respect for you.
Well, I appreciate that. And, you know, I remember what it was like to see those guys accomplishing the things they were accomplishing. And in 95, Jose Canseco, which, you know, I lost the Rookie of the Year to Mark McGwire, and then I turned around and lose the MVP to Jose Canseco.
God, I didn't know about the
McGwire. So I've lost two, and Matt Williams was another one that was in the Rookie of the Year running, and he was also a steroid user that we all knew. So I'm proud of that. I was pressured so much to do them because I had a great batting average and I could flat out hit, but I didn't have the power in them. And I was seeing guys that had way less power than me all at once hitting 35 and 45 home runs. And a great example of that is Rafael Palmeiro. We actually hit back-to-back home runs in the Florida State High School All-Star Game against Richard Montleone, who was the #1 pick for the Yankees that year. If you look at our first 5 years of our career, they're almost identical. I kind of beat him in power numbers and beat him in almost everything, but just very, very close. And then all at once, he's starting to beat me in everything. And ironically, if you look back in history, him and Jose became teammates. And when that happened, he became a steroid guy. And it was pretty obvious that he goes out and hits 500 home runs. And there was no question in my mind he was on steroids and eventually was caught.